Hey everybody, welcome to Live Coding with Jesse. And today we're going to be getting some data from WordPress with a WordPress installation that's set up with the what's it called, WPGraphQL plugin. And so that basically allows us to get data from WordPress with GraphQL. So we have a React site with Apollo, and we're going to use that to get the data, and we're going to bring it in and display it in React. So we've been doing some of this in previous streams, and now we got a little bit more of the app built out, so we're going to kind of dig a little deeper into that. So we've had a significant pull request from yesterday from Harshit, and we also just had a pull request today from Sebastian. So I haven't brought in Sebastian's pull request yet, so we'll probably start with that, and I'll pull that in. I have some changes that I was making that I didn't commit yet, so I'll need to finish up with these quickly, commit that, and then there'll be some merge conflicts, and this will be a good opportunity to show what to do when there are merge conflicts. I don't know that we've actually had any merge conflicts on the stream, so this may be a first nice opportunity to see them and see how we deal with those. Then we'll get into some of the GraphQL stuff. So we actually have the creator of WPGraphQL in the live chat right now, which is awesome. So hey Jason, thanks for joining us. And I'm really glad that you're here, because I'm sure I will have some questions. And let's see. Let me. I was doing some other stuff. I didn't have my normal setup. Okay, so I have my normal screens up now. So let me show you quickly what's changed since yesterday. If you want to check it out in depth, it's pull request 4. So the link to the repo on GitHub is in the description of this video, so you can check out pull request 4 and see all the files that changed and everything happens. It's a lot, so I'm just going to try to sum it up here. So basically, the biggest change in structure is that we used to have one component for layout. Now, and that encompassed the app bar at the top, and then that side navigation drawer that we had. Now that's split up. So now we have a folder inside components that's layout. I know it's really hard to see the folders over here. I can't make those bigger easily. So I'll just describe it. So we have a folder inside components that now has several other components inside, and they're all separated out instead of having one very large component. And let me think. Oh, also the categories were brought in. Let me show you. This will be easier for you to see. Let's see. Oh, it looks like you are hearing some mic pops. Let me move my phone. My phone was kind of closer to the mic than it normally is. I'm going to move it farther away. And let me know if you still hear it now. Maybe it was just the phone. Okay, cool. I think it might have just been the phone. So, sorry about that. I usually remember to move it away, but I didn't today. All right, so let me show you. I think it'll be easier to just show some of the changes. Whoa. Property edit undefined. Probably because I was changing things and I didn't finish before I started the stream. This prop state of loading. Side component. Yeah, I was I working in side component? I think I was. Trying to see where I had it open. Let's go back and see. Layout drawer. Okay. In the drawer. Yeah, I was doing some things. Okay. So basically now in that side navigation drawer we have all the categories listed. Okay, and then I went in afterwards and I set up the link so that when you click on one of those categories, it pulls up just those posts from that category. So that was the change. I had hoped to actually show you on the site with the changes, but evidently I messed something up. It's probably some passing. What did it say? Line 54. This state of loading. So it says the cannot read property edges of undefined. Oh, you know what? I'm messing with how we're pulling in these categories. So that's probably the issue. So I guess now's a good time to just jump right in and show you what I've been working on with Apollo, because we need to get this working to even have the app render. So let me go ahead and start my timer, and we'll just jump right into it. And then I can go over, after we get this working, then maybe we can pull in Sebastian's pull request. So I'm going to start this up. If you haven't watched before, we do 25-minute sessions of code. During that time, I don't really look at the live chat that much, so if you ask a question during that period, I'm not ignoring you. Well, I guess I'm ignoring you a little bit, but not for forever. So once that 25-minute period is up, then we'll do 5 minutes of question and answers where I'll check out the live chat, and then at the end, when I'm all done with the coding, I'll answer all the questions that are left in the live chat. So if you can stick around for a little while, your question will get answered. And if you can't stick around, you can always catch the recording of this later on the freeCodeCamp channel and hear my response. Alright, so let's get to work on this. So here's what I was doing. I don't need that up there now. I don't need this. So right now we're pulling in all the categories. And we're pulling in all the posts from each category. So if you check this out here, we're pulling, so this is get all categories and posts. So when I would click on one of the categories in that side drawer, we would pull in all this data, okay, which works, but I was thinking, do we really need all that data? No, we don't. Actually, we just need, for each one, we just need the post for that particular category. Okay, so the way we had it set up before, we did need all that data because we were displaying all the categories in the post. So this is what I started to change this so that we would just get the data for that specific category. So I pulled in below here how we were getting a single post by passing the ID, and what I thought we could do, and what I hadn't done yet, I was looking through the documentation for WPGraphQL to make sure it was possible, was instead of passing the ID, I thought we could just pass the slug, because I was already using the slug in the URL. So basically, with the link component, we have access to, let me see if I can show where it is. Okay, here. So we have access to this props match params category, and that's the slug. And we're passing that in with React Router through that link component. So I thought, since we already have this data, why not try to pass that data in and get our post just for that one category based on the slug, and instead of based on the ID. So I'm assuming that that's possible. It seems like that's possible. So that was what I was attempting to do. It was just to kind of remake this after this example. So I figure there's not really any need to take this out right now, because it's possible we might need it, and if we can't get this working, I'd like to just fall back on what it was doing. So for now, I'm thinking if we say single category, and okay, if we change this instead to slug, and this is where I was confused. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. It's there, probably is necessary to work, but I don't know if I can just do this and have it work. So I was going through the documentation trying to find some example, but I couldn't really see anything. I saw things in the sample project that did the that worked with the ID, but I didn't see it with anything other than an ID. Alright, so we should be able to get, okay, let's say category, and then I guess under category we would then have category and edges node posts. I guess that would be how we need to do it. Okay, so and if anybody has any thoughts on this process or how we're doing it, put it in the live chat. I'm going to try to keep glancing over since I'm just kind of trying to figure this out as we're going. So based on how we're getting things from the categories here, I'm assuming that we would have to have this structure. So let's go with that again. Let me category slug posts. Let me look at what we have for posts. Forget all posts. We have posts and post data. Okay. Maybe we need something more like this. Yeah. I'm going to see if we can go with this. Because if we have one category, I'm assuming that in that one category there is something called posts that lists the posts that are for that category. So let's do this for now. See what we get from that. Single category. Let's see. And okay, there's a good discussion going on in the live chat about what looks like the spread operator. So I'm going to make sure I read over that once we get to the 5-minute question and answer session. I want to see if this works first. But if you're wondering about this, we'll get an explanation of it from the live chat. So if you can check the live chat now, you can check it out now. If you're watching later on and can't see the live chat, just hang in there for a little bit, and I'll try to get you an explanation. Okay, so now we have this data. We want to pull this data into our category.js component. So instead of get categories, we're going to say get, or actually we're going to say single category. I don't want that to be, say single category. I just want to say get single category, because that matches what we're doing here. So Okay, get single category. And we'll have to pull that in from up here. So instead of get categories, it's get single category. Okay, we're gonna have to change up how we're doing things here as well, but I'm gonna save this and see if we can load it enough and not get an error that I can look at what data we're getting. We're still getting, oh wait a second, it's because I obviously that's not going to work. So I'm going to take this out briefly. GraphQL creates categories. Did I not change it? Did I not save that? Can't read property edges. Okay, so we wouldn't have the edges now. So we will have to edit this a bit. So let's go. We won't need this filter anymore because before we were getting multiple categories and we had to filter by the particular category that we wanted for that page. So we can get rid of this filter, which that's nice. It'll clean it up a little bit. And also we don't need categories edges. Instead what we need, actually the way this is set up, do we even need to map? No, we don't, because we're passing all of the posts. So we can get rid of this map completely. We don't need this. Let me get rid of some of the space. Okay, so let's get rid of that. We'll still give it, we're going to change these up. So instead of categories, let's go with posts. No, we'll go category. And this props data. Let me change this. This will probably come in as category, right? This props data category. Alright, so now these will actually work still in terms of just saying category. I don't think we'll need the node anymore. So we should be able to just go, we should be able to do this and it should work. At least I think. We'll see. There's a lot of stuff going on here. It's hard to test it. Okay, this props data loading edges. Okay, I'm using edges elsewhere. I need to get rid of that then. So where's my side? My drawer. Am I pulling in? Props data categories edges. Actually, this doesn't make much sense. Because this is basically unchanged. We're still pulling in get all categories. Unless I've done something here. Let's mess this up. It doesn't look like I've changed anything there. Let's see. I'm going to check the live chat quickly in case there's something that you all are seeing that I don't see. Okay, doesn't look like it right now. So I'm thinking just in case I did something here that is affecting this down here, let's for now comment all of this out because we shouldn't need this at all to render the home page. Does not contain. Oh, you know what? I don't know what I'm thinking. Obviously, it's going to go through everything US error. So instead, what I'm going to do is just move this. I'm going to move this down here. I really don't think this will do anything, but you never know. Still nothing. This props table loading. Edges, map, category. Data. Maybe I'm not getting data. Let's try to check out. Let's inspect this. Go to our Apollo DevTools. Let's see what we're getting. Syntax error. Let's check out our posts, see if we're still getting posts. Syntax error. Isn't this the same error we got last time when we weren't actually getting any data from WordPress? This looks like the same error. So maybe there's something going on within WordPress. I mean, I didn't do anything, but so we could check it out. I'm just gonna go through kind of the last part of the installation process again. Maybe it'll reset something. So let's go to those permalinks and change these up. And do that. I'm gonna purge our cache. Oh, it's always worth a shot to get rid of the cache. No, nothing. And I'm gonna refresh this just in case. Whoa. Alright. Not sure what I did. Something worked though. Okay. Now this is the big test here, if our categories worked. No, that is not working. Now we're getting that same error again. We briefly... Okay. Alright, so while we have this up here, I want to check out what data we're getting. So let's go into React. Oops. For some reason the React DevTools won't open from the drop-down, at least for me. Okay. Is there some way that I can quickly get down this this tree here, this Tom tree? It's always so annoying to open those up. Okay, so here's our data, and we have posts. We should have just our categories. Alright, let's check out our top bar, our side component. Let's see what data we have here. Alright, great. We have the categories there. Okay, and it is in the form of edges, and then node, and then name array. So this is how we're getting. Let's double check. So edges, node, name array. That's exactly what we're looking for. Let's go back into categories here and see. Yeah, categories. It should be categories, edges, node. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. Okay, so for some reason we're getting the data some of the time and not all the time. It seems like if I do a hard refresh, then it works. So I guess we'll just go with that for now. We do have everything structured correctly. So let's go back here and we're going to try, at least you can see the categories now. So before I mess this up again and we get an error, you can see on the side, these are the categories that we're pulling from WordPress. So these are all our categories currently. When you click a category, the URL changes to have the name of that category there. I'm going to try a hard refresh and see if we can get something. Okay, well this is better than nothing. We have an error message to go by. It's expecting a variable slug but was not found in the props passed to Apollo. Okay, so we're not passing slug and we should be passing it. Alright. Alright, let's see how we're formatting this again. Category. Oh, okay. Right now we're only asking for posts from category, but what we need is to get the ID, the name, ID, not idea, name, and slug. Okay, so this might have been my mistake for just not getting these. Let's see if this works now. And let's do a hard refresh. Alright, what am I? Single category wrapping. Category expecting a variable slug, but it was not found. Okay, so we're still not getting that. Let's see if we have anything. We should be able to see the state. Alright, so we have nothing in there, which that's what I thought. Normally we get an error, you can't see anything, which that kind of stinks, but alright, we can't see any of our queries either. Okay, I'm pretty sure I saved this. I'm going to double check and make sure I saved it, and let me see. You know what? I might not be formatting this correctly. Let me go back to our fragments. Okay, maybe I'll need fragments. Maybe I'll need to do edges and then node. Maybe I'm missing that. So edges, node, and then let's pull all of this into here. Let's give this a shot. Let's see. Single category. Oh, you know what? Are we? Maybe we're not. Now that I actually read that error message, I don't think our problem was even in here yet. I think the problem was it's expecting us to pass something in, and we're not actually passing anything in. So let's take a look at how we were passing in the ID for post. And so that was probably in our somewhere in our post preview or render preview. Maybe not. Let's see. Let's look at our post detail. Let's see. There we go. Okay. So in our single post detail, then we're also doing this. Alright. So I'm guessing this is what we need to do. Something more like this. Okay. Okay. Now let's go back to our categories and let's paste this in. Variables ID. So in this case we have slug, match params, slug. Alright, let's see what happens. Unexpected token. Alright, what did I do? Let's see. Oh, I think I may have forgotten to copy this as well. So let's grab that. Yeah, so we don't have any closing tag, any closing bracket for that one. Let's see if that helps. And whether or not this works, it'll be the last thing that we do. Copy edges of undefined. Oh, actually, this might work if we hard refresh. Okay, different error, which is good. That's progress. So my timer is up, so I'm going to do 5 minutes of question and answer, but we are making progress. I mean, it may not look like it, but we're continually getting different error message, which is progress. If we were getting the same error message over and over again, then that would be disappointing. But different error message are hopeful. That means we're fixing the previous problems and just working our way through. So I think we're close. Let's see. Alright, so I'm going to do 5 minutes, and I'm going to scroll way up to the top of the live chat and just work my way down chronologically. So if you just put a question in there, I may not get to it in this session, but I will get to it in the next session. Let's see. Hey everybody, I see everybody saying hi. Let's see. Oh, Sebastian's watching on his phone. How is that? It must be hard to read. Oh, let me increase the font size a bit, because that's got to be tough. I'll do that, and then for now, let's give some more space. And I'll zoom in on this as well. Maybe it'll be easier to see. Okay. Alright, so Quantisha says, hello, I'm new here, nice stream. Hey, welcome. Thanks for joining us and joining in the live chat. So if you have any questions or comments or anything, let us know. Okay. So I mentioned I was going to talk about those three dots that look like the spread operator. So in this case, in GraphQL, they're actually fragments. So for those of you who have been following along with the live chat, you probably already have read everything I'm about to say. But if you can't see the live chat, this is basically what's it is. So we have category data here. So we're pulling in categories fragment. And then we're bringing in category data. So let's check out fragments.js. So within the categories fragment, we have category data. So we're exporting this. And that simply is edges, node, and then we have ID, name, and slug. So what that means is basically instead of writing edges, node, ID, name, slug in here, we just put 3 dots and then category data, and then it saves a lot of space. Otherwise, it would we'd basically be repeating a lot of the same stuff, and it would make this look huge. So it's a lot more readable like that. And the same thing with post data. We could check out the fragments and see, instead of writing all of this, we can just write ... post data. Okay, and that's what we're putting in. So it's basically like a variable. Really, I mean, I guess that's what it is. So it's like saving this all to a variable, but it's a fragment, right? And then we just pop it in here. So it cleans things up. I'm not sure if there are other benefits to it, but definitely it cleans things up. Okay. Dananjay says, "Hey Jesse, hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining us." Okay, let's see. Oops. Okay, Blake just put in the live chat. Well, I just saw it. Maybe he put it in there earlier, reminding me about starting the ngrok server. So I'm starting it now, and I will paste in the link for you all into the live chat. So the link I'm about to paste in, if you click on that, you will see a live version of what I have here running locally on my computer. You can inspect it, check it out with DevTools. And it kind of allows for a lot more real-time interaction than just having to depend on me being on this screen and showing you things. So, all right, yeah, there's a lot of connections there. So, sorry, I forgot to do that. I had remembered at the beginning, but we just had an error message, and I thought, oh, I'll wait till we get it working, and then I forgot about it. Okay. Oh, okay, Jason. I just saw the things you're talking about there with the slug. So that's awesome. That's perfect timing that I saw that and that you put that in, because we're going to start up our next Pomodoro session. So 25 more minutes of coding. And let's go back here, and I'm going to try out. So I didn't even look at this error message, but evidently we're not getting what we need in here. I just saw Rook's comment, said, just saw the bacon ipsum. That's hilarious. Yeah, I like I like the bacon ipsum. It's funny, but it makes me really hungry, so that's the only downside. And I don't have any bacon here in my office, unfortunately. Okay. All right. So Jason has in the and remember, Jason is the one who created this WordPress GraphQL plugin. So let's see. Your get single category should look like category slug string. Okay. So let's go to our get single category. Why do I have categories? I must have clicked on the error message. Let's see. Get single category. Slug string. Oh, okay. I messed this up. Spec to slug string variable. Okay. So I need to. All right. So I'm going to attempt to follow Jason's advice here. So Jason, let me know if I'm doing this incorrectly. But I think what I'll need to do is say string, and then category slug. Category slug. Okay. Let's see what we have. Oops. Okay, I must have messed something up. I can check within my component too, just to make sure. Data category. Actually, if I go like this, then really I need edges node. Right? If I want to be able to do this. Yeah. Okay. So evidently that didn't work. So this error is further up the page, so that was not. That's not coming in. Oh, okay. Jason said, actually, I need the ID of the category. Okay, so evidently I can't do this with the slug. I will need the ID. That's what it seems like from what Jason's saying in the live chat. Okay, I wondered about that. Let me make sure. Line 31. I need slug string. Okay, so Jason says slug support will come soon, but it's not available now. Okay, cool. That's not a problem. Let's pass in the ID. So let's see. I think it was supposed to be like this, but actually, let's do this with an ID. So let's go back over to where we have our posts, and we'll just pull in what we've done there in terms of the ID. Oops, pressed the wrong thing. There we go. So here's our posts. So let's pull in the ID. And our ID here. And then what we'll need to do in our side drawer, I have too many things open. I'm going to close some of these out because I can't see the names of anything. There we go. Okay, actually I just remembered in Harshit's pull request he also did a lot with linting. So I want to make sure I give him credit. So he did a lot of stuff with linting, so you can check that out. There's some extra NPM packages in there for ESLint. So that's in there as well. So the linting experience should be better now than it was. Alright, so within our drawer, we were within our link. What are we passing in? ID, category not slow. Okay, let me check out. I think there is a way with React React Router to pass in more data. So let's bring up the documentation for that. And I still want to use the slug here. Nah, actually, how are we going to do that? You know what? For now, I don't think we're going to be able to use the slug as the URL. Because it would be fine if users clicked on this link, but if they're just coming there from, let's let's see. If they're just coming there from a URL, then it wouldn't work, would it? I don't think it would. Okay, so here's what we're doing. We're going to change this up a bit. So instead of our slug, we're going to go category and category node ID. And then we're going to need to change this up in our router as well. So let's go to our app.js file. And in our router, we need to say category, and then we'll have this category ID there. Okay. Now what we should be able to do is pass in our category.js down here. We're going to use, instead of slug, we're going to use category ID, or can we probably could just use ID. That'll work. I do want to double check. Where's our post detail? Yeah, we just use ID here. So since we're using the same code that we were using to get the single post, let's just keep it the same. But what we do want to change is this. So instead of post ID, we're going to call this category ID, because that's how we are bringing it in. Is that how? Let me see. I thought I did that somewhere. Where did I do this now? Oh, in our app.js, we were calling it category ID here. Okay. So down here, we just changed this to category ID. Let's save. Make sure I saved it here and here and here. And let's see. Hopefully this will work. Oh, and we're getting nothing at all. That's worse than we were at before. Okay, what did I do? Yeah, you need to use the ID for the URL path for now. Oh, okay. I changed the path, so of course that's not going to work. Alright, so here's our categories. Now let's click it. See what's going on. Whoa. Cannot read property edges of undefined. This props data. Category edges node. Maybe. What am I doing wrong here? Okay, thanks Jason. That was just what I was wondering about. So I shouldn't have the edges in node here. So I had added that in before thinking that was the problem, but that really wasn't our problem. So let's take that out and see what happens. Oops, I forgot to take out the edges. Node here. Abid just says, thank you guys, it's too late into the night here. Thanks for watching, Abid. Sorry it's too late. I did do the stream a half hour later than normal, so hopefully on the normal days you'll be able to watch more. So good night. Thank you so much for watching. Okay. Alright, so now we're farther down on the page. And we're in a different component. Let me do a hard refresh though. Oh, and we have a different thing now. Okay, so we're back here to key category ID. Cannot read property ID of undefined. Okay, let's see what's going on now. This props data category. let's see. I want to see if, okay, we're already here. Oh shoot, we can't get any queries from that right now. Actually, I have two different names here. That single category. All the other ones match up. Okay, categories. Oh, actually, they don't. They don't need to match up. So maybe that wasn't my problem. Oh well, we'll check it out anyway. Yeah, still got the same error. I just saw World says, do you ever get confused with so many tabs open? Occasionally it's hard to find things, but I have a place for everything that I normally use, so I have a general idea of where everything is at. So it usually doesn't take me that long to find everything. Okay. Alright, at this point, I need a way to figure out what data I'm getting, because that's really the issue right now. Is I'm kind of, I don't know what the data is, so I'm making these changes, but I'm not exactly sure what they're doing. I'm just going by the error messages. So I need some way to get whatever this is pulling in. So maybe let's use that tester. Oh, okay. Jason says we need to do the loading check. Yeah. You're right. Okay, let's pull that from our post detail page. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Maybe we are doing it higher up. Oh, shoot, we are. I didn't even see that. Just make sure. Okay, that's number one. Okay. Alright, let me grab this. And we'll go to our... I thought I had the page open where we could test out. There we go. I knew I had it somewhere. I thought there was a link here. No. Where'd it go? GraphQL already. Oh, okay. I do have... Did I download that as a plugin? No, I can't remember. There we go. I knew I had it up here. Okay. Let's try... Well, let's get our... Test 1. Let's get our URL to the right one. Test 1. /demo GraphQL. Alright, and let's test it with one that we know works. Okay, great. So we know it works. Now let's go with this one. Oops, we're not gonna... Alright, you know what? For now, let's take this out because obviously we don't have that fragment available. So we're going to take that out for now, just to test this first. Oops, I don't have an ID. Okay. Let's see. Let's get rid of this for now, and let's just put in manually. We'll put in the ID that we have here. Let's see, will that work? No, expected name. I probably need to put this in like that. We'll see what work. Okay, no category was found with the ID 2. Alright, well this kind of worked. So if you see, it says no category was found with the ID 2. I didn't mean to pass in the ID 2, but at least we're on the right track here, in that it did look for a category with a certain ID. For whatever reason, I don't know what's up with this thing. Yeah, why is that the ID? Okay. Oh, okay. Jason says there's a variables pane at the bottom. Okay, so we could do that. I guess. All right, let's try to put in. I wonder if we can. Whoops. So if you said, so could I say ID like that? All right, I'm not sure if that'll work. I've never tried to use the variables before. Let's see. All right, it's still telling me no category was found with the ID 2. Oh, okay, I see now what you're saying. So Jason says they're all base64 encoded, so the category would be category 2. Okay, thanks. It occurred to me at some point that, like, wait a second, normal IDs in WordPress don't look like this. So, okay. No category was found with that ID. That's odd, because I'm pretty sure that there would be a category like that. Let's go to post categories. Let's just see what our category IDs are here. Let's check this one out. Slug. It's not gonna show us our category IDs. I guess not. Let me see. Actually, let's go back. The home page was rendering before, right? We should be able to see what the IDs are from the home page, maybe. So now let's check out queries. Come on. Whoa. We just got the data. What the heck? There we go. All right. Oh, actually, I have an idea. I can get the IDs like this. Let's do our tst demo dot wp slash, what is it? I can't remember the let's go with wp dot, alright, WPJSON WPv2. Alright, cool. WPv2 categories. Alright, so I just used the REST API to be able to get the categories. We do have a category with ID 2, so category 1 has the ID of 2. We have a category with an ID of 6. That's category 2. We have an ID of 9. And we have an ID of 1. Oh, okay. Jason says I could also add category ID to my query to get the actual ID. Okay. All right. So I'm still not exactly sure why. So I do have something with a category with an ID of 2. So that's not the issue. It's not that it doesn't exist. There must be something about the way we're querying this that I don't know. There must be something wrong, right? It's a category. I mean, is category the right path to go with? I mean, should we be using categories instead? That's not really how posts work, did it? Yeah. Alright. Okay, my timer is up, so we're going to do another 5 minutes of question and answer. Let me check my time here. Might do another session. Let me quickly make sure nothing, I don't need to respond to any emails or Slack messages. Okay, nothing looks nothing looks pressing. Okay, so we should be good for another Pomodoro session after this. Let me check out where I left off at. I don't think there's that much in the live chat in terms of questions right now, so I should be able to get through whatever's left. Okay. Okay. Abu now says, just to let you remember that I'm a keen follower and that surely not long from now I'll meet up with you. Thanks for sharing with us your skills. A shout hi to all others in the code house. All right. Hey, good to see you in the live chat. And let's see. Quantitia says, how long has it taken you to build all this? Blake said day 7. Yeah. So this is day 7. I haven't actually spent 7 days on this. Almost everything has been done. Everything that I have done has been done during the live stream. So I mean, on an average live stream, I get in like 50 minutes of coding. And that's pushing. It's not exactly 50 minutes of coding, because even during those 50 minutes, sometimes I'll check back in the live chat. So somewhere around 50 minutes of coding. So I mean, it's less than, when we say day 7, then it's less than 7 hours has been put into this project in terms of what I've done. Now, we do have pull requests that have done a lot of stuff, so it's kind of hard to gauge exactly how long the project is taking in terms of real like hours worked, because I don't know how many hours everyone has put into this who've been doing the pull requests, but I just like to count it by days, just so that you all can, if you want to watch them in order, then it's easy to tell the sequence of the videos. Actually, I can tell. I do track my hours. Let me see how many I have for this project. Bulletin React. Okay. Actually, so I have listed here 10 hours total for this project. So I have done some work outside of the live stream, because I've tracked 10 hours. So for me, it's been 10 hours. And now I lost my live chat. There it is. Blake says, I like the latest post. Yeah, so on the I don't know where we put the page. Let me find it. So Blake caught that. Oh, okay. So Jason says what I'm doing should be working. All right, so we'll have to. It's probably some silly thing that I misspelled something, or it's out of place. Oh, okay, awesome. So Jason just posted something. I'm not going to read it out because it'll be weird. I can copy and paste it. All right, Marco just says hi. Hey, Marco, how's it going? Thanks for joining us here for the stream. So let me copy what Jason just put in the live chat, so you all can see, in case you don't have access to the live chat right now, because I think this might help us out. This might be our answer. So down, oops, I can't put it down in the corner, right? Because my face is there and you can't see it. So let me put it up here. Okay, so, oops, I got that out. So basically, this query that he's given, he's saying it's a post query, but it says where category ID is. In this case, we're using 6, but it could be any ID. Then we're going to get everything. So I'm going to test that out right now. But if that works, then that is probably going to be the answer to what we need to do here. Okay, and he does say that particular query uses the actual database ID, not the base 64 encoded one. So we will have to change some things up to make sure we get that ID, but that shouldn't be an issue. That should be a pretty easy change. All right, so let's go here and let's try this. I don't remember if I had a category that was 6. So let's see. Oops, I messed this up. Where? That's weird that character came in there. Oops. Post. Alright, let me clean this up a bit. Let's see how we were doing this before. Alright. So we need do more like this. Okay, let's try a different ID. So we knew the 2 was one we had in there. Nothing. Post edges. Alright, what am I doing? Need an opening bracket. Alright, Jason says, can you make sure you have posts attached to these categories? I have posts attached to there. I was actually I was getting the posts earlier before I made some changes, so we can double check though with the WordPress API. Does it say here? No. I think if we look for our posts, it'll tell us what category they're attached to. What is that? Categories. Okay, so we have a post attached to category 1. Wow, we did have a category 6. Okay. Category 2. Okay. Marco, yeah, the data is fetched from WordPress. And in the past we've used the WordPress REST API, but we're actually using the GraphQL API that Jason here in the live chat has actually built a plugin to give us a GraphQL API. So that's what we're trying to work on now. Are they published posts? I think that they are published. They should. Yep, they're published. Okay. What is going on? Now I lost where I had it. Here it is. Alright, let me... Let me see if we get any posts like this. Why are we getting 2 posts? Oh, okay. Jason's asking, what version of GraphQL am I on? I'm on 0.0.17. Should I upgrade? Would that help then? Maybe that's the problem. I can upgrade. It shouldn't take too long. And I'm pretty sure I forgot to restart my timer. So let's do that. Okay. Yeah, let me upgrade then. Cool. Okay, this is actually awesome. So somebody had asked me on Twitter. Let me check and see. Okay, so Brett had actually asked on Twitter if I could demonstrate how to get the GraphQL plugin and get it working on WordPress. So let me demonstrate that now. He actually asked if I could post about it, but maybe I can do that one day. But at least for now, I can demonstrate, on the video here how to do it. So let's go here. Let me refresh to get the releases. Wait, hold on. Release. Okay, so let's download this source code. So you need to do the plugin, you need to get the zip. Well, yeah, I mean, I think it could work either way, but I did it before with the zip and it worked, so let's just stick with that. Waiting. Okay, let's save this. Now we're going to go into WordPress to our plugins, and we're going to add a new plugin. We're going to click Upload Plugin at the top and then choose File. And now in our downloads, we can click on the zip file that we had just downloaded. We're going to open that up and install that. And I don't want to activate it right now. I want to deactivate the other one first so I don't cause any weird conflicts. Not sure that it would cause conflicts, but just in case. Let's see. So this is our version 17, and we're going to deactivate that. This says version 19, but I mean, obviously you saw we just downloaded version 20, so it's probably just in the documentation. So let's see. I'm just going to change it here just so we know. So 20. Update that. So now it should display properly. Yep, so now it says 20. Let's activate that. Now, Brett had asked about actually downgrading. So if you did want to downgrade, you could go in and just go back to a previous release. And you would just download the zip for that release and then upload that and use that as the plugin. So it's the same process, you just pick whatever release you want. And make sure you don't have both of them active at the same time. So right now this is active. I'm not sure if I have to do this, but I'm just going to go in and flush out the permalinks. I'm not sure if there's an easier way to do this, but it seems to work by just clicking to a different permalink setting, saving it, and then going back to the original. You probably don't even have to go back to the original if you don't want to. Alright, so now let's try this out. Well, first we'll just see if it's working. Great. Alright, we're still getting data. Now, let's go back to this, see if we can get this to work. No, still no data. Okay. These two. Maybe category in, category name. Alright, so that's, I mean, that's there, it's available. Let's, Carlos says, this live coding is nice. It's like having Stack Overflow helping you code. Yeah, for sure. I get a lot of help from the live coding, so I really hope that I help some of you, or at least the other people in the stream, help you with their expertise. But I definitely get a lot of help from this. So let's see. Data post edges. You know, I kind of want to check. Whoops, let's see where this is at. Let's go to Apollo ID. I really want to check this out just in case it would take. See if it'll take that. Nah, it didn't. Alright, so this isn't working for some reason. So we can get something else to work. Two posts based on a keyword search. Let me try to zoom in here so y'all can see. Category ID. Array of category IDs used to display objects from one category or another. So use category slug. Oh, let's try this, and then we can if this works, this would be ideal because then we could use the category slug. So we should have a category slug of category 1. Oh, I hope this works. Ah, no, still. Alright, what is going on? See if I can get anything to show up like this. Post. No, it's okay. It automatically filled that out. Post node ID. Oh man. Oh, okay. Let's see. All right. So Jason has checked this out. It says the category name is also working locally. Okay, so it's working for Jason. So I must be doing something wrong on my end here. It's like I said, usually when stuff like this happens, it's just it's just something little. All right, so all right, so Jason's given me something to paste in here. Let's try this out. And let's get rid of that. Okay. Wow. That's interesting. Social media marketing. Why is the category ID 43? Where are we getting? I'm not sure where we're getting this for a category ID. Oh, wait a second. Why is it still pulling data? Oh, man. I know what the problem is now. Oh, I apologize to everyone that had to sit through this. I never hit the button to set the endpoint. I'm almost positive this is what the problem is. Alright. If you all want me to just quit live streaming forever after this, I'll entirely understand. So let me know. Oh my goodness. That was the problem the whole time. Everything that Jason was telling me was correct. And I just never reset the endpoint. So it was still pulling data from jesseweigel.com. And of course, nothing we tried worked because I had different categories and IDs. Oh, man. Yeah, alright, so if anything, this is this is a good example of not giving up and realizing that it had to be, I knew it, I kept saying it had to be some little thing that I did wrong that had nothing to do with the plugin that Jason had made. Alright, okay, I'm going to calm down a second. Okay, this is great news, right? So it works. And not only that, but we found out, because it didn't work at first, we realized that we can use the slug instead of the ID. And so this is actually going to be better than it would have been otherwise, right? So it's not, I wish it wouldn't have taken me that long to figure out what I was doing wrong, but we're going to have cleaner URLs now because we're going to be able to use a slug. So let's double check. You got to find the good in stuff like this, or else you just will want to quit, right? So, okay, so let me back up here a bit, and let's see. Category name. Yeah, this is what we want. Okay, so let's see if we can get it by category name. Great, look at that. Okay, so we got our post by category name. So let's go back into our app, and let's switch things around a bit so we can get this slug and search by that, and everything should work. Okay. Yeah, and thanks Jason for sticking around and trying to help out for that long. That was awesome. Thank you. And it was my fault the whole time. Okay. Alright, where's our code at? Let's do this. Okay, so down here, let's switch it back up to say slug, and slug. I'm going to say slug there. We need to change it as well in our app.js. I think I actually want to keep it as category, then category ID. So for now, let's do that, but I just want to change this to slug. Okay, let me save. I don't think I was saving it before. Okay, so let's save that here. And this should, what are we getting the data back in as? Let's check our data format. So we did have, it's going to be different. It's going to actually be under posts and not category. So let's see, we need posts, edges, node ID. So we should probably move this out entirely. So we shouldn't even have this in the categories anymore. This should really be in posts. All right, let's do that. Let's move this to posts, and we'll call this. Let me put it in here. Up a little higher. So we'll call this get post by category. This makes more sense. I'm going to abbreviate that as cat. So, oops, GQL, and we'll do this. This is called a tag template, right? Is that what it's called when we do this with the template literal right on the end? I think so. We're going to do a query, and we're going to go get post by cat, and now we're going to say post. Oh, but we need to put in, we need to do this as well. So let's go with slug, oops, $, slug. And then what do we want to put? String, was that it? String. And was there supposed to be, I don't remember if there's supposed to be an exclamation point at the end. We'll find out really quickly if it doesn't work. Okay, let's see. Now below that we want to get our posts. Our posts, and yeah, let me double check. Post where category name. Okay. Oops, sorry, I keep going back and forth. Where? Let me. I ought to just copy this. There we go. Okay. Okay, we're category name, and it's instead of category 1, we're going to say it's going to equal slug. How do we do that? The $ slug. Okay, that equals slug, and then we're going to have our post data, which we can double check the fragments and make sure that that's what we really need. Might as well do that. Post data, edges node. Yep, perfect. That's what we need. Okay. Let's go back to posts. Post by cat. Okay, that looks all right. Let's see. All right, we need. Let's make sure I did this right here. No, I need to change. I knew there's one more thing we had to change. So get posts by, and actually there's two things we need to change because we got to import that. Oops, post by cat. Okay, now we should be good. Oh yeah. Okay. Oops, does not contain. Oops, I messed up one thing. We switched this over to posts. Okay. This post data. Oh, what did I mess up here? Let's do a hard reload so I can see this error again. This categories link. Now how did I mess that up? I didn't even touch that. Alright. We didn't even change anything. Let's see. It says we're not getting category anymore on the category route, just posts of that category. Okay. Alright, did we change that then? Get all categories. We should be. Right? We can get rid of this as well. We don't need this anymore, right? Was this the one we didn't need? Okay, Jason says, I think you're trying to pass that data down as if we had fetched the category, but we're not anymore. Actually, we should be, right? I mean, we're still doing get all categories here, right? And we're still calling get all categories. We didn't change that, right? Get all categories from categories. On the category slug route, whatever view that is. What view are we in? This should be the home view. So that's what's confusing me. Is it nothing? Site component, side component render. I mean, this one was working. You know, before this was actually working. Don't categorize. We take the slug and get the post for that category. We don't get the category object itself. We should still be. Yeah, we should be. Could it be? So I was getting. I noticed in the Slack chat for the plugin for WPGraphQL, someone was having an issue with using Apollo, and it was sending. It was saying that it was sending like an options request instead of a post. Let's see. Could that be the issue? Could, in fact, we be getting back some things that we shouldn't? Actually, let's see. What we should do anyway, to avoid this error and actually display something to a user in case something goes wrong, we should check to see if these exist first anyway. So let's put that check in right now. Okay, Jason says the version 0.0.2.20 fix the options thing. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so let's go into our drawer here. That was side component drawer. Yeah. All right, so let's go in here and down here. Let's check first. And this props data categories. All right, let's try to do a check. Let's see if this will be sufficient. Good. Okay. Better. So instead of an error message, now we'll get this loading. Why is my logo not working? Okay. We'll get the loading thing. We're going to switch back to the newer logo as well at some point. Okay, now the good thing about this is since we don't have an error screen, we can actually look in our dev tools and see what data we're getting and what responses we're getting. So it looks like I'm getting a 500 error. Okay, so this makes a lot of sense as to why we're not getting the data. So it's much easier to see what's going on when, I mean, error messages are great, but it's much better. Let's check the console. Failed to fetch. Yeah, failed to fetch. Response for pre-flight has invalid HTTP status of code 500. I said HTTP really weird there, so y'all can laugh at me if you want. Okay. Jason just said "grr" in the live chat. Okay, yep, so it is still doing the options thing for me. Well, it's sending the options, right? And that's what's, I guess, causing it. Try updating from the master branch instead of that release. Okay, all right, we're going to do another update to the GraphQL plugin. So everybody who's still hanging in here and watching, thanks for sticking in there. This has been kind of a frustrating episode, but I mean, I'm still smiling. I'm happy. We're making progress, but I don't know what it's like on your end watching, if it's frustrating or not. But let's go. Where am I going? I need to go over to here, and let's grab the master branch. Right? Is that what you said? From the master branch. Okay, and we could see latest commit 2 hours ago. So this was very recently updated. And let's grab the zip. So we're going to download the zip and save that. Great, that was really fast. And now let's go into our plugins, into add new plugin, and choose file. We're going to install that just like we did last time. And we're not going to activate it yet because we want to disable the other one first. So let's do that. So we're going to deactivate this one. Oh, and in fact, this one did have the correct version number already. And we're going to activate this newer one. Alright. And now let's flush those permalinks just to be sure. Alright, now let's give it a shot. My timer actually did go up for my session, but I want to see, because if this works, we're so close to getting it to work, I think we can just be done and not do another session. So I'm going to run over just a little bit, and let's see. Yes! Yes! It worked. It worked. Awesome. Okay, cool. So Jason had in fact already fixed the issue. It's just on the master branch, and it hadn't yet gotten into the version of the plugin that we had installed. So awesome, awesome, great. Okay, now here's the other big test. If this works, then we're just going to take some questions and we'll be done for today. So let's see. Ah, no. Okay, what's our problem? Oh, we didn't change here. Okay, my fault. My fault. We didn't. I didn't change these things, right? Because we're not getting category anymore. So instead of category, let's just call this post. Posts, right? Okay, we're actually, we need to change up how we're doing this. Should we map through this now? We should. Because this is giving us multiple posts. So we can't just say post ID, it won't work. Alright, let's check our render. I'm going to save this. It's not going to work, but I'm just going to save it so I don't forget. Let's go to our render post component and see where are we at. Components. Where's render post at? Where am I? I'm missing this somewhere. Oh, where are we pulling that in from? Render post. From render post preview. Okay. Post render. Post preview. What is going on here? It's re-rendering. Render post preview. Oh, okay. We're just bringing it in. We're calling it something different. All right. Okay, so we have the mapping going on here. But what we could do is just skip this component and go right to our post preview and do the mapping in our category. That's what I think. That's going to be the best way to do it. So let's do that. So we'll bring in our post preview, our render post preview. We'll copy, let's just copy this. We'll need to change a few things, but this will at least tell us what we need to pass in, save us some time going back and forth. So here, we're going to replace this with this. Now, we already have our posts here, so we probably won't need to change this post edges map. We're mapping over all those posts. Let's double check our data here just to make sure it is in fact what we want. Post edges, yep, that's what we want. Okay, so post edges map, our post preview, post node ID, good. This should work. This should work. Date, image URL, nice. I think this will work. I think this should work. Yeah, let's save this. See what happens. Post preview is not. Oops, we didn't bring in post preview. So let's change this to post preview. Post preview. We might be able to get rid of this render post preview component. I don't know that we're using it anywhere else, so that's good. We might be able to get rid of a lot of code here. Oh, what did we do? Okay, post edges map. Property edges, can't read property edges of undefined. Okay, what did I mess up here? So we're grabbing post this props data posts. Alright, I want to see what data we're getting. So if posts, let's see if that, okay. Let's see what data we're getting passed down here in our props. Yeah, we should be. Okay, we're not passing the slug. What happened here? I messed something up, and we're not getting the right data. Okay, let's go back to our app. Let's see. Category slug. Let's go to our drawer and make sure we're passing in. Oops, you know what? We didn't change this. We need to change this to slug. That's our problem. Okay. Now let's see what's going on here. Oops. All right. Let's give this a refresh. Okay. Still nothing, but hopefully we get something that can help us. Location match. Oops, there we go. Okay, so we have some data now. Do we have? We're still getting error. Fetch more. Shoot. We're still getting an error. All right, let's see what we got. Ah, it still gave us this URL. What happened there? Category node slug. Oh, I know why. I'm just refreshing the same page. Let me see. Oh man. Okay. The URL is still using the ID. Oh, Jason already caught that, so sorry I didn't see that. It looks like Jason has to leave. Thank you so much for all your help. We're a few minutes away from getting this, so thanks for sticking around. I really appreciate that. Okay. Let's see. All right. So the problem was I was trying to refresh the same page. Obviously that's not going to work. Okay. So we got category 1. Let's see. So did we get another error? Let me do a hard refresh before I start changing things. Okay, now let's check out what happened. Category data. Okay, we did get an error. Unknown fragment. Oh, okay. What did I do here? Where's our post at? post.js. I wonder why that's saying its post data is an unknown fragment. Alright, well you know what? Let's just grab this instead of using the fragment. We'll grab this, and just in case, and see. Actually, we should grab the fragment because that's what we really need. So let's go into the fragment. I don't know why we'd be getting an error from that, but this is something easy that we can test. Okay. Back to, no, we don't want categories, we want posts. There we go. Posts. Alright, let's save that. Let's see what it says now. Alright, it worked. For some reason it just didn't like me using the post data in there. I don't know what I did. Maybe I spelled it wrong. I don't know, and I didn't notice it. Alright, so let's try it out here. Oh, nice. Do we have any uncategorized? Yeah, we do. It works. Ah, it works. Oh, man. I'm exhausted. Okay. So we did finally get it to work. Thanks in big part to Jason. I know he's not in here anymore watching, but definitely was a huge help. So glad he decided to watch. I'm glad I decided to tag tag the plugin in the Twitter post I did before the stream. So okay, let me check through the live chat to see if there are any questions. I've been keeping up with the live chat more than normal since I was having so much trouble, so I don't think there's too much in the live chat, but if you do have a question, you want to throw it in there now, that's cool. I will still try to get through all the questions. I know it's been a long stream, but I actually got into work late today, so I don't have a problem with staying later than normal. Okay, I do want to check my phone, make sure my wife didn't call me. Let's see, no. Alright, she called me earlier and couldn't find her keys, so she can't get into the house without the keys, so she might stop in to get them from me. We'll see. Alright. Okay. Actually, you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to commit these changes first, because I've been forgetting to commit the changes, and I don't want to have anybody try to submit a pull request without these changes, and then it's just going to cause a lot of merge conflicts. So let me find, there we go. Status, alright, changed a lot of stuff. Okay, git commit, and let's just say, I don't know, display. Alright, that's not exactly everything we did because we had single category pages before. We just changed how we were getting the data so that we could grab less data. But that's fine with me. My brain is fried at this point. I don't want to think of a better commit message. So it's interesting. We still didn't have linting going on commit. So I've totally forgot to check out why that's happening. So for now, we don't have it. I guess I could do yarn lint. Whoa, what do we have? couldn't find the plugin ESLint import. Pretty sure I installed all the packages. Yeah, I did. Weird. Okay. Yarn add. Alright, let's try that again. Alright, great. It worked this time. Okay. Okay, now everything is in GitHub. Great. So now we can check out the questions. Whew. Alright, I'm going to scroll way up. Okay, I think I figured out where I left off. Maybe I didn't. Let me keep scrolling. Okay, so right around the time when I realized my mistake of having the doing all our tests for GraphQL and having it pointed to the wrong WordPress installation, Abu now says, "Hey Jesse, we're okay with the challenges. We are happy at least you found the error along the line." So thanks, thanks for saying that. Marco says, "Let me go back in the stream and see it again." Cool. Patrick says, if I had $1 for every time something silly like this has happened to me, I would be a millionaire. Thanks, Patrick. Abunal says, Jason, you are tough. Your contribution and participation has so much lifted me. Yeah, definitely. Jason was, oh man, so much help. Really awesome. I'm so glad we decided to use the WPGraphQL plugin because Jason's been super helpful and yeah, just amazing. So yeah, I definitely I wish I had more time. I'd love to contribute to that plugin. So if any of you are interested in some PHP stuff, check out that plugin and see if you can contribute and help Jason out, because I mean he's been a great help to us here in the stream. So hopefully at some point I'll be able to contribute to the plugin as well. Okay. All right. So I think this is pronounced Yorn. It's Jorn, but the O has a little slash through it. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's Yorn. Says, I sympathize. Recently, I had 2 1-hour hunts in one day where Googling the errors brought up just a few esoteric instances that had nothing to do with my problem. Oh, man, I feel for you there. I know how that is. That's just, I can't believe that happened twice in one day. 2 1-hour hunts. Yeah. That's tough, but it's really encouraging to hear that you all having same problems like that. Okay, Jason did say, I said, hey, this was super fun, but I have to step away. Happy to chat with anyone at any time. It's on Twitter at WPGraphQL, also WPGraphQL.com, and then the Slack. you can go join the Slack channel, wpgql-slack.herokuapp.com. Awesome. Okay. All right, Abu now says, thanks so much. Congratulations to all. Say hi to your beautiful baby and wife. Oh, thanks, Abu now. Yeah. I will do that. Yeah, I was late this morning to work, partly because I couldn't leave my kids. I had the two littlest ones were still at home. They don't go to school yet, and so they were home, and I was just having a good time hanging out with them. And finally, like, I had to leave, but they're just so cute. Okay. All right. John Hansen said, I have found getting Atom, ESLint, and ESLint for React JSX set up to work together as one edit that can be a bit tricky. Once set up, it's great. Helps point out errors. I know. You know what? I've had several of you have suggested that I do it like that, and I totally agree. I really do want to set it up like that. I just have not taken the time to actually do it. I either forget about it when I do have the time, or I just have too much going on. To be honest with you, this week has just been crazy with like a lot of little things that I have to do, a lot of different projects, and I've just been so scattered. It's just been difficult for me, trying to get to anything. I'm just trying, things are coming in and I'm trying to get them done because I have to, and I can't really set aside the time that I need for some of these other things. So hopefully it'll slow down a bit. We got some projects that should finish up here soon, and then I can focus more. Mandela Effect says, what's the link to the plugin? Yeah, let me copy that in for you into the live chat. I had that here. Yeah, let's copy that. I'm copying it in right now. If you're not in the live chat, it's, look at WP-GraphQL on GitHub. Oh, okay. So it's like the name I was trying to pronounce before is like Yearn. So Yearn. Okay. Yearn. Cool. I have to work on my pronunciation. Yearn, if you don't mind me asking, where are you from? I'd like to be able to pronounce. I guess it would help if I know the general area, and then I can maybe have a better shot at pronouncing names like that. My coworker just waved to me. I don't think you could see it from this camera, but he just waved to me in the door. He's the one that I said a few days ago that used to hang out with the Wu-Tang Clan in the late 90s. He came back again. Let's see. Okay. Oh, okay, Norwegian. So it's Yearn. And correct me if that's wrong, but I think it's Yearn and it's Norwegian. Okay, awesome. I'll do my best to try to remember that. If I mess it up again, please let me know. Don't let me slide on mispronouncing names, because I want to. I think it's like being courteous to pronounce someone's name correctly and to take the time to try to learn it. It shows respect. So I do want to do that. So I won't be offended if you remind me again about how to pronounce your name. I do want to get them right. Okay. I think that's it. I'm at the bottom of the live chat here. It's been difficult working through all this, but this has been a lot of fun. It's a really fun stream. So it feels great whenever you finally get something working. All right, Yearn says close enough. I'm gonna look up my Norwegian pronunciation and try to get it right. Maybe I'll there's got to be a YouTube video or something of somebody pronouncing your name correctly. I'll get it. Yeah, but thanks for sticking around. There's not that many people that actually stuck around to the end, and I totally understand. This has been long and crazy, but thank you all for being here and helping out in the live chat. I will be back tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Thursday? Yeah. Wow, this week's going fast. I'll be back tomorrow, probably sometime around 2. If I can get the stream in a little earlier, like 1:30, maybe I'll try that, because I know there was someone who was getting too late for him. So maybe I'll try to do it earlier if I can. But until then, have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.